Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. Ordo here. Today, I'm going to talk about Mandalorians and what, sub-factions they can have, what other characters they can be added to make some of these Mandalorians actually viable, stand out, and give us some more flexibility. So, I'm going to go right into it to two characters that just don't have any use. They should have use with Imperial Troopers, but sad because they're technically in the Empire's glorified Imperial Troopers, higher grade ones, as you will. Kind of like Death Troopers, but I don't know. I feel like these guys actually technically be better because they're well trained than Death Troopers, unless some Mandalorians were incorporated into the Death Trooper teams. But these two, as well as Tiber Saxon, Gar Saxon's brother, there's Tiber Saxon's lieutenant, and Tristan Wren during his time of being a, as you will, Imperial Super Commando. Should be that'd be a good 5v5 squad right there. Game, set, match. And what's interesting with Tiber Saxon is you could technically run him and his lieutenant with, say, like Stormtrooper, and that would still work as a team because, Tiber Saxon was wearing Stormtrooper armor. He's still Mandalorian, but he was still a Stormtrooper armor-based character. So, yeah, it'd be kind of interesting on that regard. So, yeah, there could be two teams out of 3v3, but then there's also, one team out of 5v5 between both either Gar Saxon or Tiber Saxon leaderships. Moving on, Bo-Katan. This one's, missing quite a few team members for this one. But you got Koska Reeves and Axe Wolf from the Mandalorian show. Pre Vizsla and any of those other... what was it called? Does she have the name? No, it doesn't. Dang it. Trying to think. Hold on. It'd be Death Watch. That's right. Death Watch. Sorry about that. It'd be a Death Watch squad. At least under, either Bo-Katan or Pre Vizsla. So yeah, they'd have to update her leadership a little bit. She'd still work with just Mandalorians in general, but her more focus would be Death Watch. Especially, some of the ones that would actually be paired with her. So they could get another one, a fifth one in there, or a sixth one in there too, so that, in 3v3 you can have a Bo-Katan one with Axe Wolves and Koska Reeves, and then you'd have, what's it called? Pre Vizsla with a couple others. Next, Armor, their religious cult, as you will. She'd be a lead, but also the Vizsla guy, I totally spaced his name, I apologize, but that Vizsla guy with the big jetpack and armor and the big huge cannon like Baze Malbus has kind of way, as well as any of the versions of the Mandalorian that come out, and maybe one or two others, we could actually get, a good squad out of that. Granted, yes, they would actually have to rework her lead, so she actually has a useful lead to synergize with these guys, but it is still a doable squad as well, especially since we have the Mandalorian show coming out soon. Clan Wren, this one's interesting. So Tristan Wren, this one actually be interesting because you could technically get two Tristan Wrens out of this, one with the Imperial Super Commandos and then one with Clan Wren itself. They still have synergies with Clan Wren, but then you have Sabine. Then you'd have Ursa Wren and a couple of the Clan Wren warriors and whatnot. A warrior and a medic or whatever. Just to actually have a team of 5. Tristan Wren. It'd be a really good opportunity. And then you'd have the 3 Wren members work best in 3v3. Granted, since they're doing this dumb 3v3 Omicron thing, it could be a potential to run, those 3 together. Granted, it would also give them an opportunity to update Sabine Wren, having her hold her helmet right now, and then in battle, she actually has it on. I don't know why she doesn't have it on, but missed opportunity. They should have done it when the Mandalorians came out. Mandalorian Crusaders. This one's interesting because this one could be a pretty sizable group of Mandalorians, as well as have synergies with a future Mandalorian GL. They could actually have a form change, kind of like Sith Eternal and Jedi Master Luke. Galactic Legend, that would be Mandalore the Ultimate and Mandalore the Indomitable. And then the form change would go from one to the other. It'd be Mandalore, whatever, and then the form change would go into the other version. I think it's all Indomitable, and then Ultimate takes over afterwards. I'll put it that way. But it'd be a cool, unique form change of a Mandalore. And they would have a lot of Mandalorian Crusaders. As well as Canderous Ordo would also work great in the Clan Ordo. There's also Mandalore. This could, I still wish CG would do it this way, but whenever they go back into Coder 2 characters. But Canderous Ordo getting a journey into Mandalore the Preserver, which would be a journey character. No Omicrons, please. Save that one specifically for Legendaries and below. Legendary Conquest and below. But anyways, then you'd have Mandalore, and then you'd have all the Crusader-esque characters from Clan Ordo, from Coder 2, in as this squad. But then you have other Mandalorian Crusaders, like we have him in game under the Darth Revan event. Bendick Starkiller is one. During the journey, you can actually face off against Canderous Ordo's rival. You fight him on Tatooine. There's a lot of opportunities. This one could be a bigger sub-faction of the Mandalorians. And a GL that would work with all Mandalorians, but favor the Mandalorian Crusaders the most, could be very beneficial. Especially if they decide to add a regular Mandalorian GL, like maybe Boba Fett. And I'm on the side they should have Boba Fett in there, but have another GL that way. But it'd be a great opportunity for Mandalore the Ultimate and Indomitable. Be one character, but split between a form change. Be really cool. It'd actually be a cool way to incorporate two characters into one. You wouldn't see that normally. Because it'd be two separate characters, where Luke and Sith Eternal are two versions of themselves. So, and then finally, or not finally, but Mandalorians. So this would actually have the Gar Saxon. They would follow Maul, so there'd be some synergies with him. Then there would be a few other of the Mandos that were under Maul at the time. What's his name? The Prime Minister Almec or whatever. He would be in that squad. So you have those three plus two others, and boom, you got yourself a squad that Maul leads. So he'd have his own separate squad. And then finally, Clan Fett. Yes, I know Boba right now, look, canon-wise, is not a Mandalorian, but he wears the Mandalorian armor. But down the road, they could add some more. 3v3-wise, Jango could get a leadership that would synergize Clan Fett. Granted, there's also the option of us getting a few more Boba Fett variants. If, Disney and whatnot decide to say, okay, yeah, Boba Fett is Mandalorian. He's just doing his own little Mandalorian thing, as you will. Plus, we can also get young Boba from the Clone Wars series. Maybe a young Jango down the road, and that'd be the Jango for Clan Fett. Now, this one's kind of a stretch Mando squad, but aside from that, there's a lot of others. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. There's plenty of other Mandalorians that can come into the game, but, these are some sub-squads that can actually bolster the Mandalorian faction, so players have a lot more Mandalorians to play around with. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. You guys have a phenomenal day.